Good afternoon. Welcome to Listening Skills 101. My name is Cynthia Green, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today to present this information on listening skills. I am a graduate of South Carolina State University. I graduated with a degree in business administration and minor in accounting. I've worked in corporate America for 35 plus years, and I have taught multiple classes in corporate America. I have taught at the middle school, high school, and technical college level. Recently, I taught customer service skills to all of the employees for the city of Augusta, Georgia. At Westinghouse Savannah River Company, I trained all of the administrative and clerical staff on multiple total quality improvement classes. I have taught supervisory and management classes to multiple companies in the CSRA. And the one tool that goes through all of those classes is listening skills. And I'm quite excited about presenting this information to you today because it will make you effective in whatever avenue you're working. You'll be a better coworker, a better family member because you'll listen better. The purpose of this class today is to give you keys to better listening, keys to helping others listen better, and present two effective listening styles. At this time, do you have any questions? For those of you who did not hear the question, it was, do I have any handouts? And I do. So at this time, please take one of the handouts and pass it around. Once you get your handout, make sure you put your name and your date on your new tool for your toolbox. Logistics. The restrooms are down the hall on the right. If you need to leave during the presentation, just get up quietly and go and come back, and we'll be right here waiting for you as we continue to present the information. Another question I have for you today, what are your expectations of the class? All of those are great expectations, and I assure you, as I present the information, I will make sure that each one of those expectations is met today. Let's get started. All of you have your handouts? Make sure you put your name and date on your new improvement tool. At the very top, it says what it is. Information. Effective listening can help you work and communicate better with others by first understanding what they are saying. So if you're going to work better with someone or get along better with someone, you need to hear what it is they're saying. And the way to do that is to use some keys to better listening. In the middle of your page, it's right here. Keys to better listening. And the very first key is restatement. This is repeating in your own words what the other person has said. Repeat in your own words what the other person has said. So at this point, there is a two-way communication. The next key to better listening is reflection. You want to identify and comment on how the other person feels. On how the other person feels. The third key is acceptance. This is an outward indication that you are listening. That is eye contact and body language, which signifies that I am with you, I am listening, I hear you, I am engaged, actively engaged. The next key to better listening is silence. If someone is giving you some information, you need to close your mouth and open your ears so that you can hear what they're saying and so that you can communicate to them that you are listening. Again, two-way communication. Goal. Keep in mind the overall goal of why you're listening. That means two words, stay focused. And if you stay focused, that means that you are actively engaged and the listener and the presenter are on a two-way street to gaining better information. The next key is note. If you have the ability, you have a tool and you're sitting or standing, go ahead and take some notes. That lets the listener know you are actively engaged, that you really want this information. In doing that, make sure you make eye contact, write your note, and come back to the person who's talking or presenting. The next key is to concentrate. How do you do that? You concentrate by maintaining eye contact. That lets the listener know that you are actively engaged. Now, some people can listen, with their head down or whatever, but it's a two-way street. You want the person that's giving you the information to know that you are receiving it. The next one is win-win. This is how you think to listen better. Win-win. This is how can both of us, the person who's presenting and the person who's receiving, how can both of us win? All right. Moving on to the next portion of your handout. Right here. We will now review and give you keys to helping others listen. Clearly organize what you have to say. Clearly organize what you have to say before you say it. It helps you deliver it and it helps that person receive it. Clearly state your purpose. When you came in today, I introduced myself and I told you why I was here. The purpose. Next, clearly state the value of your message. I explained to you in the purpose that you could use this information to be a better coworker, a better person, because it will help you entertain and exchange information. Next one, use visual aids where appropriate. This is your visual aid for today. In the future, if you're presenting information or receiving information, make sure that there are only 3 to 4 points per slide. If you got more than that, it's hard to gain the information. Sometimes visually to see it, sometimes visually to receive it. Be interactive. Check for understanding as you're listening. If there's a pause, that's your opportunity to clarify and ask a question. And the last one is to look at the listener. Make sure you are actively engaged when you're listening. Make sure you use your eye contact. Follow that person. If that person moves to the left, let your eyes reflect that. If that person goes over here, let your eyes reflect that. When the listener is, the presenter is giving you some information, they look up, they look down, look back up at you. And if you're at the wall, the left or right, you are signaling to them that you may not be listening. So you want to think win-win as you use these keys to help others listen. I also told you at the very beginning that I would present 2 listening styles. At the very bottom of your page, to your right, there are 2 listening styles. The very first one is fact-oriented. This is the analytical and logical, usually more direct. They want to get to the bottom line details. They may get frustrated if the speaker doesn't follow a structured format. That is fact-oriented. The next one is people-oriented. This reflects on what is said and is influenced by the personality of the speaker. Yes. They also like to listen to people and contemplate what is said. That means they're actively engaged at a personal level. Also, emotional speaking and listening is more people-oriented. And the very last one likes to silently build a relationship with the speaker. How do you do that? You are engaged with your body language and your eye contact. That is how you build a relationship with the speaker. So again, I have presented an improvement tool, a new tool for your toolbox. We have reviewed what it is. I have given you keys to better listening, keys to helping others listen, and 2 listening styles. So I have met the expectation of each one of you, those 3 people who gave me what your expectations was, and I hope I met the expectations of the remainder of the class. And if for some reason I have not, please see me after class, and we can make sure that you have whatever it needs to help you become a better listener. Again, my name is Cynthia Green, and it has been a pleasure to present listening skills to you today. Have a great evening.